Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of whatever this podcast may be called in the future. Hopefully in the soon future. I'm still trying to come up with names or think of names. And I've gotten a few suggestions here and there from some friends and followers. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. But I don't think I've come across that name that hits the spot just right. Happy Friday. Blessed Friday, everyone. Hope you guys are happy, safe, healthy, well, wherever you are. Doing something you love, doing something you are passionate about. And what time is it? It's 10:39 a.m. A beautiful day here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm supposed to be at work right now, but I guess no one's going to notice that I'm not at work because I'm a small entity in a gigantic firm. Here's what I don't understand. No, I actually do understand very well. And it does make sense, but it also doesn't make sense at the same time because it's pretty messed up when you think about it. We kill ourselves to get any kind of job, our dream job, no matter what kind of job it is. I don't care if you're a janitor or, you flip burgers at Wendy's, or you're a CEO or a banker or a doctor, physician, or I don't care. You could be the president. You know what happens? You kill yourself to get that job. You sometimes put your life and reputation on the line. All these, sleepless nights, restless days. You chasing that dream job that you think would make you happy, or you think you'd be adding any kind of value to the universe if you get that job. The truth is, if God forbid there was anything bad to ever happen to you, let's say you died. If I died today, the firm or the organization or the company I work for, it's not going to mourn my death. They're not going to shut their doors. The organization is still going to be doing whatever it's been doing for years and years and years. And yeah, my replacement's going to be there, if not the next day, probably in 2-3 days. That's it. Dude, you could be the president of the United States. And if you die, seconds later, there's a new president. Someone else is going to take your seat. That's it. You're nothing. JFK was shot, right? Well, there was a new president within seconds. Also, when Nixon had to step down, the next president was right there. So don't think that you're such a great, unbeatable, unreplaceable, figure where you're at, because no matter who you are, no matter how strong or big you think you are, you're replaceable. You are disposable. Let's face it. So that's why it drives me crazy when I see people say, oh, I've been proudly working for this firm for 20 years, 30 years. I'm like, well, this firm doesn't give a damn about you anyway. And the day you leave, someone else takes your place. It's not like they're going to leave your desk empty with your picture on it forever, and every Tuesday someone's going to pass by, put a new bouquet of flowers or roses or whatever on your desk. It's not going to happen. Again, guys, I'm not saying work is bad. I'm just saying it's kind of bad. I had a friend recently ask me what I think about the corporate slavery or the corporate world, and if I think a work-life balance can actually be achieved. My short answer is no, simply because when you say balance, it means, the amount of anything you put on both sides of the scale should be equal. So if you say, you have a work and life balance, then that technically means you work 3.5 days a week and you're off 3.5 days a week. But if you're working 40 hours a week, 5 days a week, basically, That's no balance. You have 2 days to barely rest, do your man chores, be responsible. Not like you spend those 2 days really having fun. It's not like when you're not working, you're out in Disney, or taking a road trip or traveling, or most of the time, for the most part, on your days off, you're barely doing anything productive. For the most part. Every now and then you may take a little trip here and there, but yeah, on your days off, what do you do? Laundry? Um, I don't know. Go through your finances. Maybe watch a couple shows here or there, Netflix, TV, whatever. And next thing you know, Monday's right there knocking on your door, and you got to go back to work. But do I believe that there's a way to get out of that lifestyle very fast? Yes, absolutely do. I I come from a family where a lot of men in the family retired. Um, Let me see. Let me just give it a quick thought here. Yeah. I'd say most of my uncles were done working by the age of, let's say, 40, 43, 42, something like that. Now, do I have people? Do I know people that have been working for 40, 50 years? Yes, absolutely. But I also know people that decided to work hard for 10 years or so, 15 years, whatever, make as much money as possible, and get out of the rat race as soon as they could. I remember one of my uncles, when he quit, when basically he decided it was time to retire. He said something that really made sense to me. He was like, "Look, my kids are 10 or 11 or something like that. If I don't spend time with them right now, when am I going to get to see them? When am I really going to see them grow? When am I really going to spend time with them? When am I really going to have time to pass my wisdom onto them? If I work till I'm 60, they're going to be probably 30 something, or maybe in their 40s, and they're going to be busy with their lives. So what's the point? What's the point if I never got, to have time to spend with my kids?" I also look at my brothers, even though they're not way, but they're younger than me. They're both very successful, career-wise and financially. I don't, I wouldn't be surprised if they just decide to just overnight decide to call it quit, because they've been very smart with money. But unfortunately, I also meet some people here and there that have been working for 10 years, 15 years, and you ask them, "All right, have you saved enough money?" And they're like, "Nope, I'm in debt." I'm like, "What the hell have you been doing? How the hell can you be in debt if you've been working for 20 years or 15 years or 10 years? It just doesn't make sense." And I believe, for the most part, we're in debt because we want to buy stupid things. I have people at work making $18 an hour or $20 an hour, and they're driving a $80,000-$90,000 Mercedes or a brand new Tesla. Well, what do you need that for? Why do you need that? You're only 20. You're only 22. And to me, that doesn't make sense. To me, you go to work so that you save money, invest money, so that you don't have to work forever. But then if you're going to get in debt as soon as you start working, I don't think you'll ever be able to stop working, because once you get down that rabbit hole of being in debt, especially here in the United States, with how crazy the interest rates are, and it just doesn't make sense. So I personally, in my humble, stupid, half dumb opinion, I think that, and this is something I learned from some family members, my brother, and some good friends here and there, said, you grind hard, make money, but be smart. You know, invest your money. Let your money make money for you so that you don't have to work forever. And it doesn't matter where or when you start investing or how much you start investing with, as long as you keep investing. Just keep investing, whatever. I don't care what your passion is, but just invest in something so that your money starts working for you. Because here's the thing, I also bump into a lot of people that think that saving money on the side is a great idea, but it's not, unfortunately, because with how quick and fast inflation's going up, if you save $5,000 today, the purchase power of that $5,000 in 5 years is going to be way less than it is today. So you technically lost money, even if you don't touch that $5,000. Just invest money. Be smart. Don't be in debt. If you're in debt, try to get yourself out of debt as soon as possible so that you don't have to work until you're 60 or 70. Find yourself a sugar daddy, sugar mama. I don't care. Be like Daniela. She has 6 boyfriends and she's still looking for more. I admire that woman. Daniela, if you're listening to this, no hard feelings. More power to you, woman. If that's how you feel empowered, by all means, go for it. But, excuse me. But, yeah, just do whatever it takes. Hey, don't go around selling guns and drugs and then say I said do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes within the law. Okay? If you want to break the law, just make sure, it's not one of those laws that you're breaking that you'd end up spending 20 years in jail for. Okay? Man, I don't know. I moved to the United States with just a little bit of cash. I remember my parents told me we're going to support you with anything you want. I was like, Mom, Dad, I really appreciate you guys. My parents have been there for me all my life, and I truly treasure that. However, it was time for me to see what's it going to be like to start a new life in a new country, in a state that I can't stand, in a city I've never been to, all by myself. I flew into San Antonio pretty much with no place to sleep. And I flew in 10 hours before I went to work. Crazy? Absolutely. Do I regret it? No. Would I do it again? Probably yes. Knowing how stupid I am? Yes. I flew in with just a little bit of money. And I kept renting out small rooms in small apartments. That's because it didn't make sense to me that I'd have to pay, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500 for an apartment that I would barely get to spend time in because I'm at work all day. Maybe you think, spending $1,500 on an apartment that you only get to sleep in is worth it. Fine, that's your call. But in my head, in my tiny head, I thought about it. I was like, no, I'd rather pay $400, $500 for a little room because I'm only going to be sleeping in that room. I'm going to be at work all day. I did that, and I was able to save a lot of money. And then I got me a used car, an '06 car. A very, very good friend of mine, actually a relative here, somewhere in the United States, called me up. He was like, I have a car for you outside the house. Come and take it. And he sold it for me basically dirt cheap because he's family. He's a brother. He's a G. But yeah, I did not, waste my money to buy myself a $80,000 truck or rent out a fancy apartment just because I want to brag about where I live. No, I live with an awesome family, an awesome family. First day I came in, they showed me the house, and they were like, hey, there are lots of guns in the house. If you're too scared, this is not the place for you. I said, nope, I don't care. I ain't scared of guns. Like, you guys are amateurs. You guys believe in guns? Seriously? Nah, if we have a problem, we fly planes into towers, baby. Guns are for kids. And actually, that's how we started bonding, because I made that joke and they figured I'm not the type that would be sensitive or offended to anything. And now we call ourselves here, and we call each other and ourselves all sorts of names. No one gets offended if he makes fun of me, my people, my color. He doesn't get offended if I call him any kind of name. If I make fun of him, make fun of his beliefs, make fun of his political preferences or whatever. No, we don't, because it's all jokes. And you know what? It's okay to disagree. Oh man, I'm going off the rails here. But point is, I decided to put my money where it was worth it, you know? Save a little money, invest a little money, and whatever money you're investing is making you more money on the side. You get too distracted. Sometimes you don't even look at that, and then, you open your account a week or two, a month later, you're like, wow, I made so much money. Cool, I can take some of that, maybe put it here, buy me this, buy that. Slowly but surely, you're going to build your own little kingdom. Remember, you could be living in a small room, but if you're happy there, that's your little kingdom. That's your little paradise. It's not about what people think. It's not about what people have. You don't need to have the same house other people have. You don't need to have the same car other people are driving. You don't need to copy people. You know what? Because you're not them. And most of those people are doing whatever it is they're doing simply because they're in a lot of debt. If they weren't in debt, they wouldn't have been able to afford any of the crap they have. They go in debt to get married. They go in debt to have kids. They go in debt when they want to take their kids to school. They go in debt to buy new cars. They go in debt to buy houses. And I'd rather not have that life, but not be in debt. At the end of the day, no one owes me, and I don't owe anyone. But what do I know? What do I know? I could be wrong. Let me know, guys, what you think. And no hard feelings if you think you'd like to be a corporate slave. That's your Stockholm syndrome. You deal with it. It's totally fine. If that makes you feel good about yourself, go for it. But I remember my dad told me once, hey, son, you know why a lot of people are scared to quit working even though they made up a lot of money? I said, why, Dad? He said, because they're so sad and lonely and they have nothing fun going on in life. And that's why they know the day they quit work, their life is over. Because they have nothing fun to do. No hobbies. Nothing they're passionate about. And so that's why they don't quit work. And if you really want to know if you love your job or not, ask yourself this question. Would you be doing that if you weren't getting paid? If the answer is yes, then you absolutely love your job. But if the answer is no, then you're just doing it for your money, for the money you're getting, not because you love the job. Anyway, time for me go back to bed probably, enjoy my day off, and we'll catch you guys again very, very soon. Adios, goodbye, cheers, salam alaikum, take it easy.